Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Double Gameweek 25. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, are you thinking of wildcarding this week for the doubles? Subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the goalkeepers and the defense. So, in net, we do have Areola and Kaminsky. I'm not a massive fan of the Luton defense because the double isn't ideal from a defender's point of view, and then they blank as well. It's just the fact that they double in 28, and then they're most likely going to play in 29 as well. So, it's really useful having a goalkeeper that obviously you can use for those as well. And obviously the double in 28 is really good, so you're kind of thinking ahead with this wild card as well as of right now. I mean, it's still a double game week for a goalkeeper, and you know they might make save points and stuff. It just it couldn't really be worse with like United at home and then Liverpool away. I mean, it could be worse, it could be like City away and Liverpool away, but it's still not really it's not really a double week and expect him keeping a clean sheet. But Kaminsky is just in there because he is a doubler. Like I say, you could go somebody like Flecken if you wanted to as well, but obviously Flecken doesn't double in 28, whereas, as I say, Kaminsky does. So I think Kaminsky is a really good wildcard option. And I know that, like I say, the double in the blank isn't ideal, but you're also thinking of 28 and 29, where, again, you've got a really good double and then also should be playing in 29 as well. I think Luton have to go and beat like City away or something like that to happen. I don't really know, but it's likely they're going to have a double. And then Areola's in there as well. He's just another playing keeper that's quite cheap. If you did need the money, then you could always just go for somebody like a Turner or something like that, who obviously isn't #1 choice anymore, but is a really cheap goalkeeper, so that would obviously just help you save funds. Could go to Bravka as well if you wanted to. It's really up to you. You could have two playing keepers, just one, it doesn't really matter. Another thing that you could do is also obviously have like a Bournemouth goalkeeper or something like that, and then maybe like bench boost in 28. I don't think the upside to that is massive, but at the same time, that is another thing that you could do. But obviously, because you'd be wildcarding this week, you can't triple captain or bench boost in 25, which obviously is what a lot of people are doing. But either way, those are the goalkeepers. There's not really a lot to say about them. There's not really an incredible amount of options as of right now. But yeah, that's the two goalkeepers for this wildcard draft. At the back, we've got Gabriel, Ake, Virgil van Dijk, Reguilon, and Doherty as well. So let's talk through these defenders. Gabriel is here because obviously Burnley away is an incredible fixture, but Arsenal just have one of the best, if not the best, defense in the league this season, and Gabriel's been scoring for fun lately as well. He's still quite cheap as well. He's one of the cheapest defender options in that Arsenal backline that is playing like every week. Obviously Zinchenko's injured at the moment, but I think even he's more expensive than Gabriel. Saliba's a lot more expensive than Gabriel. And then, like, Ben White is also really expensive as well. So, yeah, if you want to get into that Arsenal backline, then Gabriel is the way to do it. You wouldn't necessarily be playing him this week with this wildcard, but obviously he's just a player to have on the bench, just in case. So, yeah, Gabriel makes the team. Ake also makes the team. So, his minutes kind of just got a bit of a boost from last night's kind of press conference and stuff. So already he was playing like 90 minutes regardless. So he's played 90 minutes every game week since game week 16. And now with Variol as well also being injured out for like 2 to 3 weeks, I think Ake just become like the best City defender to own. His stocks have just shot up. And yeah, I'm bringing Ake in this week regardless now. But if I was on a wild card and I wanted a City defender, it would definitely be Ake. I 100% expect him to play the double, and I expect him to play against Bournemouth as well in game week 26. And then after that, obviously, you can start kind of like sorting your team out. You don't really need the City defender after that because they don't have the greatest fixtures, but that's when you can start bringing in like Bournemouth defenders and players that are going to play in like 29 and stuff like that. But as of right now, I think Ake is the best City defender to own, which is why he makes the team. I've also gone Virgil van Dijk as well. With the Trent news, it doesn't look promising that he's going to be playing any part of this double game week. And so after that, the next best defender to bring in is, of course, Virgil van Dijk. So he is 6.3 mil. He probably will go up to 6.4 by the time the game week deadline rolls around, just simply because a lot of people are going to be selling Trent for Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, apart from him, there's not really any other defenders in that Liverpool backline that look like cemented that are going to be playing. They obviously have a really nice double. They do blank in 26, but if I was going to go for a Liverpool defender that I wanted guaranteed minutes, I would go Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, with the Trent situation and like potentially Bradley coming back into the squad, that is obviously a massive kind of it's a massive player to have because he's so cheap. Like, he's 4.1 mil, and then you could easily use that money like elsewhere in your team if you really wanted to. So that's a bit more of a riskier option, but obviously if it pays off for you, Bradley is much more attacking than Van Dijk, and he's much more cheaper as well. It's just if you want to like it's kind of if you want to take that gamble, because obviously Robertson can play left back, and then Gomez, I believe Gomez is back. I don't know if Gomez was, yeah, Gomez is back. I don't know if he was injured or something. I swear I remember Klopp saying something about it. But either way, yeah, Gomez can play right back, Robertson can play left back. So that is a little bit of a risk. But I definitely rate Bradley higher than Gomez from his last performances and stuff like that. But obviously he has been out for personal reasons and stuff like that. So maybe he doesn't get picked for the double. So like I say, if I wanted a definite Liverpool defender, I would be going for Virgil van Dijk. The next defender is Reguilon. Obviously not a great double in the slightest, and I don't think I would play him this week, just simply because the double is absolutely horrendous. But it's one of those, like, he does play in 26, and this defender can really be anyone, to be fair. I mean, Reguilon he's very attacking. He can be on set pieces and stuff like that. It's just the double is so bad from a Brentford defender standpoint. And I think that, like, if you're going to play either Reguilon or Gabriel, I'd probably put more money on Gabriel getting some sort of return from Burnley away than Reguilon getting anything from City away and Liverpool at home. But it only takes like one assist, and then, like, boom, you know, you're probably going to outscore Gabriel. So Reguilon is a tough one. I definitely have him in the squad, but at the same time, he's not like a guarantee. Like, you could easily have somebody else. Like, if you wanted to make it a little bit easier for game week 26, then you could always get rid of him for like an 8 Nori or something like that from Wolves, who have Sheffield United at home. So that's obviously something to think about. You could also plan ahead as well and bring in a could bring in like Senesi now or something like that, because you're going to want to be bringing in Bournemouth players for game week 28 because of that double. So yeah, this week you could just play Gabriel, Ake, Virgil van Dijk, and Doherty. Obviously Senesi, however you say his name, not got the greatest games coming up, but then after that they've got really good fixtures and they double in 28, so that's just going to be saving you a transfer down the line. So probably for me, now that I think about it, I probably would go him over Reguilon, especially because everybody's going to be bringing him in. And then you just play Gabriel. It does obviously get you one less doubler, but at the same time, I mean, the game week 26 fixture isn't ideal either, and you'd have to be playing him in that week, so that's another sacrifice you're going to have to take. It's very much up to whatever you want to play. You can either play Reguilon with a bad double, then also an alright fixture in 26, or play Senesi with no double, but obviously you wouldn't be playing him this week, and then he has City at home, but then he obviously has a good double in 28, and he saves you a transfer. So yeah, it depends if you're free hitting in 29. If you're like free hitting in 29 and stuff, then you don't really have to worry about bringing in players for game week 29 like your Spurs players and your can't remember the other players that are, the players that basically aren't blanking in 29. So that's definitely something to think about. And then Doherty also makes the squad. Like I say, doubles in 28, probably played in 29, doubles in 25, does blank in 26, but if I was going to be bringing in a Luton defender, it would definitely be Doherty 1000%. So that's the back line and the goalkeepers. Again, there is a little bit of room for manoeuvre in that back line, but the kind of core players that you want are there. In midfield, we've got Saka, Gross, Diogo Jota, Foden, and Hee-Chan. So this is a little bit of a weird midfield, especially because it has like no Spurs players, and also it's the information that Salah could be back. That's the one, because like if I was on a wildcard draft, I probably would want to try and fit Salah in my squad, but it's just very difficult to have a load of doublers plus Salah and Haaland. You know, it's a really difficult situation to be in. Like, I think even if you got rid of Virgil van Dijk for Bradley, you still wouldn't have enough to bring Diogo Jota in, to bring in Salah instead of Diogo Jota. At least I wouldn't. So you'd obviously have to lose money elsewhere as well, and it just kind of starts really hurting your team. I mean, you could probably, to be fair, I don't know if you'd have enough for this, but if you brought in Salah, let's say he is fit for the double, you get rid of Virgil van Dijk, you take a punt on Bradley playing both, and then you also get rid of Hee-Chan and bring in Garnacho. So I'm 0.1 off that, but I'm assuming that a lot of people would be able to make that. So that is something you could do. But at the same time, if you're trying that, you're getting rid of a definite Liverpool defender for someone that might not play. You're also getting rid of Diogo Jota, who probably will play both, for Salah, who is just coming back from a hamstring injury. So it's very risky doing that. I would much rather go for like the safer option. Obviously, it'd be fantastic having Salah if he's fit, because he's going to be a bit of a differential, but it's just so difficult to kind of like tear your team apart for that. But either way, yeah, we've got Saka. He'd be playing this week for sure. Like, he's in really good form right now. We'd definitely play him. This is probably going to be a 4-3-3 formation. So I'd play Ake, Gabriel, probably, yeah, I'd probably play Ake, Virgil van Dijk, Gabriel, and then yeah, probably Doherty instead of centre side. Or if you were bringing in Reguilon, I'd probably just bench Reguilon as well. I think I'd go with Gabriel over Reguilon there. So yeah, I'd play Gabriel, Ake, Virgil van Dijk, Doherty. I'd play Saka, Diogo Jota, and Foden. And then obviously my 3 strikers, we'll get into in a second. But yeah, Saka obviously makes the squad, like I say, form of his life. Pascal Gross as well. Yeah, just getting a lot of minutes in that Brighton team. Obviously got a really nice fixture in 26 as well. Got a nice fixture this week as well. It's a shame you can't bench boost down wildcard, because obviously you'd be able to take advantage of that too. But yeah, he's got some really nice fixtures just to kind of help you out. He's just someone you can play every week, and then obviously get rid of them further down the line. Again, Diogo Jota's in this squad. I think he's much more likely to play than like Luis Diaz and stuff if Salah is back. Like, I'd expect it to be probably Salah, Darwin Núñez, and then Jota, because Jota's played the best out of, you know, Jota, Luis Diaz, and Gakpo. So that's probably where that's probably the front 3 that I could expect to see. So yeah, I'm not really too worried about Jota dropping minutes. It's just like, I think his minutes will, I think they'll be managed a little bit more. I mean, I'm expecting him to still start, but I'm expecting his minutes to also get managed. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, Diogo Jota makes the squad. Phil Foden also makes the squad. Scored again last night in the Champions League. Just season of his life right now. I think he's got like 25 goal contributions this season. So yeah, playing really, really well. Pep's really happy playing him in like every single game. De Bruyne did play, I think, like 93 minutes last night as well. So it's going to be interesting if he starts both the doubles. But at the same time, Foden's just a lot cheaper, playing every minute. Pep can't speak more highly of him, so yeah, he's definitely in the squad. And then Heechan's in the squad as well, just because of the really nice fixture in Game Week 26. Sheffield United at home, obviously fantastic. He's going to be back. He is obviously currently flagged, but Gary O'Neill did just say that it was like precautionary and stuff. They just didn't want to take any kind of chances. So yeah, Heechan for 26 to obviously be really, really nice. So that's the midfield and the defense. And then up top, we have Darwin Núñez, Ivan Toney, and then Erling Haaland. So yeah, all double this week. I would definitely play them all this week. Haaland would be my captain. Yeah, and like I say, I think with Salah back, it hurts all Liverpool attackers. You know, Núñez could get benched earlier, could get taken off earlier. Jota could get taken off earlier. It's just one of those things that could definitely happen. But I still expect him to start both the fixtures. Ivan Toney, yeah, not the greatest fixtures, but on penalties, can score in any game really. Kind of fixture proof, and then obviously does play in 26 as well. So that's quite nice there. And then also Haaland, you know, obviously you're going to have Haaland in your team. One of the best players to have for your team this week, and one of the best captaincy options. A lot of people are going to be triple captaining him this week, which is a little bit worrying if you are in a wildcard draft, because you even though he'd be your captain, you kind of just hope that he just blanks, because otherwise, even if you captain him, you're still going to lose points if he scores, which is that's just weird how it works, but it is one of those things. But either way, that's the kind of wildcard draft that I've put together. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying at 50 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this wildcard draft. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.